Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So today we're actually going to be talking about a few things. I don't want to take too much time out to talk about price or anything like that. I will show you guys my buy point on XLM. Now, obviously, my buy point is going to be a little bit different compared to most individuals. I say if you're down significantly, it doesn't hurt to average in a little bit on the dips. But I'm actually waiting for some specific targets on XLM to be targeted. But I think in the long-term span, a lot of the prices that we are seeing in this market are going to be massively monumental going forward, and we're actually going to be addressing that with XLM, or Stellar if you will. So let's actually just dive in and let's talk about the overall price chart for XLM, and let's talk about my targets that I'm basically buying at. So I have been really kind of looking at the chart, and I've been zooming out, really kind of looking at the past and previous price action that we have seen in the past as well. And honestly, right now, depending on the market structure, so I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to go down too much. Like, I've been addressing like 22 to 24K, and I've been calling for this for a very long time now. It's been like over a month now since I really kind of started talking to you guys about those price, targets. And if we do go down a little bit deeper on Bitcoin to like roughly 22K, we will see some nice lows being printed in on, for an example, XLM. We aren't exactly at our low that we recently hit, in the beginning of May. But if we do lose this point, which by the way is the November 20th weekly candle, November 23rd, 2020, sorry, weekly candle. If we lose this, there's no support. There's really no support until we get down to this level at roughly 8 to 8.5 cents. So I'm going to be a buyer for XLM at 8 to 8.5 cents, and the reason why is because we really kind of aped in massively around 2020 time frame. It wasn't like the exact bottom or anything like that, but it was like almost like 4 to 5 cents where I was really kind of buying a lot of my XLM. Obviously, I have been aping into XLM over the last couple years, going back to like roughly like the November 2020 time frame, and around this range here. So I don't mind adding to my bag around this range simply because of the announcements and things that we have been seeing around XLM. And honestly, the upside moves from here could definitely be pretty significant if we are talking about like going up to like the 1272 for an example. Because again, even we'll say like the average buy would be like almost 8 cents. You're looking to the all-time highs, roughly over a 10x opportunity. And then if we're talking about like to the 1272, like this is a 30x to roughly almost a 50x opportunity on XLM. And yes, I do believe that these targets are not too, crazy in my opinion. I think that like a $2.50 to like $4 XLM is pretty conservative when you look at the overall partnerships that Stellar actually has. So let's dive in and let's talk about it. So I know a lot of people. I know that I'll get a few comments like what about XRP? Like what's the big difference here? And honestly, I think that this chart really kind of outlines it perfectly. So first off, I love the fact that they are mentioning Q&T's over ledger for interconnectivity between everything. I always say like the new system, if you will, is going to be a collaborative method, right? It's not going to just be, XRP, or it's not just going to be XLM. No, it's going to be collaboration between all of these major networks. Now, of course, we do see Q&T over ledger for, interoperability, XRP cross-border settlement for institutional, transactions, and also it's more so like bank-to-bank transfers, XLM low-cost transfer of any currency. This is why I've said like XLM or Stellar is more so for the P2P market. I've always expressed my viewpoints on XLM basically being a remittance token, if you will. Like think about it as like the global remittance token, while XRP is more so like for like the global B2B payment, system, if you will. We also do see XDC here as the trade fin settlement and things like that. It's great to really kind of outline this and really kind of look at it in this viewpoint, because I think that this is the perfect representation onto, really kind of see it. So like for an example, you have, Ripple real-time cross-border settlements and institutional transactions. Then you do see transfer digital currency to fiat globally, P2B P2P, sorry, B2B. And this is like the best way, to really kind of analyze it. Now, of course, we have been seeing major updates within this area for Stellar, which again really kind of piques my interest on XLM itself at these prices because, again, we're at prices that we haven't seen since going back to like far as like, roughly like even 2020 and beforehand, again, it's like roughly like 2018, etc. So, we're at some pretty nice demand areas, but I want to see us kind of dip down to these areas because this would actually be pretty great for us, and also it would be some nice test of some demand candles. Even if we come down to like the bottom candle wick of the December 2017 candle at roughly like almost 9 cents, I'll be happy with that as well because again, to like 9 cents on XLM from our current range that we are at, just to kind of show you guys, like this would be, almost a 15% drop on XLM, which again would actually be like roughly a 10% drop on Bitcoin. So I think that this is, something that we could be seeing. But I think that it's a great time to buy because of the announcements that we have been seeing. Going back to like May 29th, we do see our MoneyGram CEO sees a feature in stablecoin remittances. One of the largest money transfer services in the U.S. is currencies. Now, this is funny because we did see Stellar actually quote this and, just put an emoji. And I think that this is interesting when you really kind of look at this because, again, everybody really kind of thinks that stablecoins are just going to be one specific like network and so, but it's not. CBDCs will essentially be built on multiple ledgers. And this is why we do need interconnectivity or interoperability between all of these, major networks. But I think that this is great. Now, also, talking about MoneyGram, we did see MoneyGram basically announce this partnership with Stellar, for the first of its kind global on-off ramp service for digital wallets to increase the utility of digital assets by creating a bridge between cash and cryptocurrencies. We do see down here the service is now available in a number of key remittance markets, including Canada, Kenya, Philippines, and the U.S. for the first wave of users, with global cash out functionality expected to be available by the end of June 2022. Now, this is huge because, again, we still need that bridge between fiat and crypto. And I know that a lot of people will say, like, we have a ton of bridges between, fiat and crypto. We technically don't at this type of demand area and at this type of exposure. I think that this is huge, specifically for like even retail fiat on ramps. I think that this is huge for adoption. Obviously, like right now, this market is kind of, I would say, it doesn't have a lot of demand around it right now. I think that a lot of individuals, in terms of like the retail market, has kind of been turning a blind eye to the market. But at some point in time, I do believe that that is going to change rapidly as we do continue to see adoption of crypto continue to build. And I have been outlining this on multiple occasions on this channel, and I have been really kind of talking to you guys about the mass adoption taking place, specifically around like the institutional grade, area. But I do look forward to seeing, mass retail adoption because that is going to be really, exciting to see when, we are at some like peak adoption areas for, some of these, specific categories, specifically around like the retail area. Now, we also do see from Danielle Dixon, a solution to bridge the gap between the cash and crypto economies is here. Today, we rolled out a new on/off ramp service with MoneyGram. Here's why this is a big deal, and this is why I have been addressing like MoneyGram for the longest time with Stellar Lumens. And we do see here, more than 2 billion people worldwide depend on cash for their livelihoods without easy access to the digital economy. At the same time, native crypto users struggle to off-ramp their cryptocurrency quickly and reliably. This service is a game changer because it solves problems for a wide range of global users, including for both the crypto native and the cash dependent with their varying needs. We believe the game is only fair if everyone can play. So together, MoneyGram and Stellar Lumens, or Stellar Org, look to provide access to all. Also exciting, this service creates a developer platform that businesses can leverage to expand the functionality and reach out of what and reach of what MoneyGram has built. New players like wallets, crypto exchanges, and fintechs now have the chance to plug into these new global on-off ramps. There's so much more opportunity to build. Thank you to all that were involved in making this happen, including, and of course, this is a lot of their other, partners and things like that within this ecosystem. It's truly exciting to see things like this happen. These are huge deals, and also it really kind of proves the utility around these tokens. This is also why I say like Stellar Lumens is here to stay. And I also think that XLM, if you hold XRP, again, it makes no sense not to hold XLM, especially like all of these tokens. You should be holding all of these tokens for the future of the payment structure. Now, also, this was not the only major partnership. In fact, we go back a little bit in time to May 31st, and we do see here Mercado Bitcoin integrates USDC on Stellar. Now, this is also a pretty big deal. We do see down here, so first off, in the first quarter of 2022, it processed an average of $8.6 million a day in payments. Currently, it has been one of the most chosen networks for payments, tokenization, issuance of real assets from Stellar Network. USDC on Stellar provides Mercado Bitcoin customers both, valuable interoperability and a truly borderless digital dollar. CEO, that's basically the CEO saying that. As we continue our mission of creating equitable access to the global financial system, this integration is a mutually beneficial step forward. MB is one of the largest digital assets exchanges in the Southern Hemisphere, with the potential to bring significant volume and liquidity to the Stellar network. And we do see by the end of 2022, the network plans to launch native smart contracts that will unlock the creation of numerous applications, which will further increase the utility of USDC on Stellar. Now, I actually want to put a focus point on these specific other use cases. I actually have the article open over here where this goes back to May 26th. Stellar Foundation joins effort to create digital currency pilot project in Brazil. Now, of course, yes, this is including the Mercado Bitcoin, partnership, but we do see down here the project was created by the Central Bank of Brazil's Financial and Technological Innovations Laboratory to explore possible use cases of a central bank digital currency. Mercado Bitcoin says it chose to work with Stellar due to SDF's past experiences with CBDCs and stablecoins, as well as the Stellar network's unique combination of speed, efficiency, security, and compliance. We are in a consortium of companies that have the structure and ambition to build robust solutions for the financial market through blockchain technology. Utilizing the Stellar network will allow us to deliver a complete case for evaluation by the central bank. Stellar's network is prepared to support Mercado Bitcoin and the Central Bank of Brazil as they explore use cases for the real digital's future. And of course, we do see down here, Stellar was designed for asset issuance, and its built-in compliance tools give Mercado Bitcoin a strong foundation to develop a solution with the features that Central Bank, of Brazil expects to see. So we are essentially seeing, CBDCs launching on Stellar. I'm actually very excited for this. Right now, Stellar is currently processing, and you guys can see this live, by the way. In the last 30 days, they've been processing over 3 million. Roughly, you guys can, I mean, here, I can kind of zoom in here for you guys. So, if we come down here, and I kind of zoomed in a little bit too much, I apologize. So if we come down here, you can see the transactions here. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., all the way up to 10 million up here. We've been roughly ranging around, in an average area, the $3 to $5 million range. Roughly almost hitting like the $7 million range on a few days. We've been seeing like 5 million here and there. But honestly, this is great because we have been seeing the transactional demand continuously grow on Stellar. And with a lot of these major partnerships, we are going to see these transactions continue to explode. And I honestly do believe that we will see these numbers continuing to climb as we do kind of further down the road in terms of like, retail adoption and even institutional grade adoption. This is also why I say like you need to pay attention to what Stellar is actually focused on, because this is going to continue to grow the value of XLM as well. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.